Welcome back to Political Chatter. Well, my last guest is in his second tour of duty as a member of Congress from Texas. When he first left office, he was replaced by a very interesting member of Congress. You may recognize the name, Tom DeLay. He also ran for president in 1988 as a libertarian. My guest announced his plans to run on the Republican ticket for president on C-SPAN's Washington Journal. This is a really cool statistic. In early June, he had only 6 national campaign staff. I've been told that that number has increased significantly, thank you to Mayor Rudolph Giuliani in the South Carolina debates. In his high school days, our guest was a remarkable athlete, having won the Pennsylvania State Championship in the 220-yard dash. And for my internet junkies, he has more than twice as many YouTube subscribers as the entire conga line of Republican candidates for president combined. And this is my personal favorite from Texas Monthly magazine. It's a quote. The phrase honest politician is an oxymoron, yet in the sense that Paul has never ever voted against his stated principle, the phrase describes him. My problem with the Texas Monthly quote is that sadly I'm not sure that honesty is part of the roadmap to victory. And with that, let me introduce my last guest, Dr. Congressman candidate Ron Paul from Texas. Welcome to the program, Ron. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. It's real nice to be here.
Well, I need to tell you something. I've been watching you on television, and I noticed that you did the Colbert Report. And in the Colbert Report, since you were fairly libertarian in your views, they asked you what part of the government you would get rid of. And you raised your hand and virtually got rid of everything. The Department of Education, Homeland Security, the IRS. But then they asked the question, would you get rid of UNICEF? So I thought that since I wanted to make sure that the one thing that you kind of lowered your hand for, if you want to make a contribution on your way out, we have brought a UNICEF trick-or-treat can, and we have it here provided for your convenience. So I'm going to move that over here. I want to start by asking a question that no one else has asked you, I don't think, to date. And that is, I'm going to wave the magic wand. You are now President of the United States. So, Mr. President Ron Paul, what I want to know is, who do you value and who would you bring close to be on your cabinet? Because in the end, we don't run a nation, run a government as an individual. We do it with a cast of characters. And I want to know who would be on that bench that would follow Ron Paul into office.
I don't have a long list. I can name a few people, but they won't be well known. Okay. I would probably follow some of the habits I've had when I have gone to Washington as a congressman, because I've been elected actually 3 different times to start anew in Washington. And one rule I had was never to take anybody from the Hill. I didn't take anybody. You know, you get
a real blank slate.
You get a stack, and they've been there all the time, and I figure they're part of a part of the problem. So I always got people from outside, even though they didn't know the system. They were people that I knew understood what I was all about, and they were friends or they were philosophically attuned. So
we know that there are big positions. There's, you know, Secretary of State. There's Secretary of Defense. There's Vice President. Give me the kind of individual, and even a name would be helpful, because I understand that I wouldn't necessarily want people who were sort of part of the institutional rot, but at the same time, they would have to have someone who had sort of a commanding presence.
Okay, I would start, you know, for somebody to be close and be well known, because I know philosophically he's attuned, and you would know his name is John Stossel, because he's an important figure and he handles himself well, and philosophically he's very interested in consumerism, you know, from a libertarian viewpoint, so I like him. Now, there's another economist, and his name is Walter Williams. I don't know if you know his name. He's at the University of Pennsylvania. He just happens to be a black economist, but he's a free market economist. He would be very good in an economic position. James Grant is a writer. He used to write for Barron's, but he's an Austrian free market, hard money economist. He'd be great at the Secretary of Treasury. And some of the people that I have followed and actually quoted with in recent times about foreign policy, people like Robert Pape and Michael Schur. Okay. These are individuals who know a lot about the CIA, the way the government works. They've been historians and they have studied. And those are the kind of people that would have a historic perspective that I think would be so important.
And understand the reason I ask this question is that I go back to the 2000 race, and I remember when George Bush and Al Gore were running, everyone knew who was going to be on George Bush's team. No one knew who was going to be on Al Gore's team. And I thought that hurt Al Gore.
Oh.
And that's part of the reason why I'm always sort of looking at how you sort of craft the ship of state. And that's part of the reason for the question.
Maybe you've given me a suggestion. Maybe I should give it deeper thought and be more precise and have a longer list.
Well, I think you should make the assumption that you are going to be the president, and that's how we sort of move forward.
Very good.
But you mentioned John Stossel from the consumer protection sort of perspective and the libertarian perspective. You talk about a small government. You would really like to shrink the size. You were being funny with Mr. Colbert when you decided to get rid of virtually everything in the government. But I have a concern from the liberal perspective. Right. When you dismantle government, what do you leave? And what I mean by that is we have seen the incredible rise of corporate America. They are no longer related to a country. They are now multinational in scope. What do you do about dismantling government and then leaving it to multinationals to direct our future?
See, I think there's a little misconception there because it seems like the corporations or corporatism and the power of the corporations now is a result of free markets, but it isn't. It's a result of big government. Government takes so much of our revenues and then they divvy it out and pass out the revenues, so they get in bed with the big corporations. It's easy to understand about the military-industrial complex.
Absolutely.
I mean, that to me is not free markets. Or in medicine today, I'm very concerned about the medical care, and you know, I'm passionate about improving medical care. But in the last 40 or 50 years, we've moved toward more and more government, but corporations have taken over. You know, that's why the drug companies are the biggest spenders, lobby in Washington to promote, say, prescription drug programs, and the HMOs and hospital management companies. So we have created a middleman, which is Wall Street, who gather up the big profits in the delivery of medical care. So patients come up short, costs go up, especially for the people who don't have insurance, and then everybody just asks, well, what we need is more government. And I see that as a problem. But corporations that make money, and a lot of money, because they provide you a good service, I have no problem with that. If they're there for that particular reason. Give Bill Gates the benefit of the doubt. You know, he provides a great service, a computer. Somebody makes a lot of money because they sell cell phones and the price keeps going down, or television. But that is so much different than a Halliburton.
But at the same time, you talk about, you know, you're talking about the virtue of the corporation, and you want to take the federal dollars out. And we're looking at multinationals, but multinationals operate on a different level. They have NAFTA, they have GATT, they have World Trade Organizations. How do you deal with that aspect of the agreements that we've participated in, which really create this interesting playing field for multinationals? I think they hurt America, but I clearly think they benefit corporate America.
Well, I do everything I can to unharness those entities, and I've called for new votes twice on the WTO, because every 5 years you can vote on that, and I've called it for twice because I don't like it.
So what's the alternative to the WTO? What's the alternative to NAFTA?
Well,
there still has to be rules of engagement. What are the rules under a Ron Paul administration?
The rules are the rules of the marketplace. Honesty, you can't steal. You have to live up to your contracts. You have to have honest money, and you can't benefit from government.
And who investigates that? Who finds that out?
The government can do this.
So we still can have a Securities and Exchange Commission?
The government has a very important role in the marketplace. Property rights. I mean, if you violate my property, you know, in a civilized society, I'm not supposed to pick up my gun and come after you. I'm supposed to go to the courts and settle the dispute. So that's a very important role to play. And, of course, I talk a lot about the monetary issue. The government's supposed to provide sound money, not money that's constantly depreciating, which is taking away the wealth from the middle class and the poor and transferring it to Wall Street. If you ever want to understand why a Goldman Sachs can pay out $16 billion of bonuses per year, and the poor are getting ripped off because of higher cost of living, you have to understand the monetary policy. So, but big government and business people love the Federal Reserve, and they're the one that institutionalize it. And banks, of course. Banks get to create money as well as the Federal Reserve. But it benefits the politicians and the spenders. You can't fight war without a Federal Reserve system to monetize the debt and create the money out of thin air.
Well,